Now the one thing I'm hoping is choose a song. Do we want subtitles or not? I guess we'll turn. You know what? It says no subtitles. We'll play it how it is. If needed. Oh, maybe we should have played with subtitles. Have you played something there? I'm just putting it up a little bit because genuinely I have bad eyesight, brother. Uh, Please enter the current time? Oh god. I'm gonna wait till it exactly turns this time. 1 second. Circle button.
You know what? Even if you were going to be sarcastic and ironic, I think you should still act as though it was personal.
Alright, let me begin. I literally have to spam the circle button with a plastic fork and just push it a bunch of times until for it to work. I hate this button.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
What if I stay here? No. What if I just stay here? I don't want to move. You can't make me move. What? You can't make me leave. Let me stay here. Hello? Narrator. Narrator. Hello? Please come back. Please. Hello? Alright, I don't want to wait this long. Alright. Why can I type here? Whoa. Oh, it's like an interact. Wait, is there controls? I just want to see. Oh, I'm gonna be stuck in this. Crouch, pause, interact, move, look. Alright. Now let me just. Oh, wait, let me just get my. Okay, how? I'm just trying to click my circle button. Why does it have to be so difficult? Circle button, circle button. I'm literally pushing. There. Just let's hopefully we don't have to interact with anything ever again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Can you like get onto this somehow? Wait, what's that work?
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
I kinda like it.
Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky.
Oh, God.
Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
So I have to begin the game again. Damn it. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. I thought I set the time.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I will go through the door on the left.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I got on the table.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I was on the toilet for a second. Oh, it's like right here. It's the edge of it. It's like the lower corner. Come on. Go to the toilet.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Got on top of this table too. Think I can get on top of this. Wait, why did I get the... What am I getting a thing for? Or is it the thing behind me? I'm assuming maybe this. Why am I getting it? I don't know. I'm done trying to get on tables and stuff. I said I was not trying to get on tables, but this doesn't look like a table to me. This is a weird looking table. Oh, there I did it. I got on top of it. Now let me start trying to break everything. Oh, what the? Wait. Crouching. I'm just seeing if there's anything secretive. Is there an elevator in here? No, there isn't. I'm probably not gonna stream for much longer, by the way. I just wanted to stream something so then there's something out. But I don't know what's up with
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
What if I go back up?
Whoops, nope, never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Wait, I can't even. Wait, there's something here. Like.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow! I'm bolted to the edge of my seat. Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
What if I go back up the elevator? If I go back up the elevator, will... It's so funny if I go back up the... It gives me the... Okay, I'm not...
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he?
But I could also press the button again. Okay, just because I'm going to sleep, I'm going to do this.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But there's also something that says escape. Do I want to go into something that says Mind Control Facility, or do I want to go something that's scribbled escape?
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Whatever.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death. As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
What?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
I knew it. Oh. No, if I would have stayed on that railing, that would have been crazy. Next time. Now that I know for sure that I fall into the railing, next time that
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
That's the room I fell in. Thanks. I think so. Yeah. Maybe in a minute. Maybe we found our own exit. But, click that button. Go on, button. Come back up. Oh, I guess not. Can I click these buttons? I'm trying to... Doesn't let me click whenever the buttons are... That doesn't look creepy at all.
Then he pushed the number 4. And finally, he pushed the number 9. Where were all of his co-workers? Oh, I don't know. How about they're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing? Does that sound plausible to you? Then he pushed the number 4.
Then he pushed the number 4. Then he pushed the number 4.
Big red button. And
I can't even hear him over here.
Stanley stood on the snow. Stanley walked over the bridge. Still nothing. I don't know. Well, in that case, I'll tell you what. You win. Congratulations. You did it. I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Alright, do it. Well, let's make our escape. Our crazy escape. What the? I thought I'd fall. What? Oh. I thought I was going to fall, never mind. What the heck? That's kind of weird. Does this one do it? No. Oh, this one does it. Mic is barely audible. My guys are quiet. There. Oops. That should be better, I think. It's also because I'm talking a little bit quietly. Or not that it probably doesn't help, I should say, that I'm talking also quietly. Alright, I thought those would make me fall to the ground. I'm gonna go to the actual exit now.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I can look like behind it. That's weird. But I can look behind, like... What the... Oh, that's just that. What am I looking at? For a second, I thought I looked behind this, and then that was there. On, off.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
I'm dead.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Because I already did that, I'm gonna go do like this or something.
When Stanley came to a set of two open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yeah, not listening.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah, key card.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
I walked through the blue door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
I walked through the blue door.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
I kind of want to now go through the left door, but just because it made it for me, I'll go through.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
I should have went through another door. You know what? I'm being
A
negative.
one?
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a one? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that?
This door. Let me
I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look. Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
What? I'm making a noise. What if I go through the left door? Oh. I don't think I was supposed to go through the left door. Please let me out. Okay. Well, we have a problem. I went through the left door and I think now there might be a problem. I think I might have to restart because I don't think, This isn't supposed to happen, I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. I assume though. Begin the game again, right? Yeah. I'll do it like once more, like until I have to do it again, and then I'm gonna end stream, and then we'll play more of this tomorrow or something, or we'll probably play but we'll probably play more of this tomorrow.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What if I entered the door on the right, I entered the blue doors until I go to this, and then instead of entering the glitch left door, I entered this room while they do it? Or it might just glitch me out and I'll be stuck in there forever. I think, or I can wait on the platform. I feel like this might
This
have
was
more
not the correct
options.
way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just
Actually,
to
I have an
admire it.
idea.
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
I know it's gonna talk
You see?
again, but I'm
There's
going
nothing
to.
here.
I want to.
I haven't
so
even
curious
finished building
that
this section of the map
after
because you were
this,
never supposed to be here in the first place.
if I just walk
Broken
through
rooms,
another one of the
exposed developer
doors.
textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Let me out.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because
I don't
did.
care.
And in
Let
the
me
end,
out.
it was all for nothing. Because
me
this
out.
is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and
Help me
unknowable
get to
desires
that
of
one over
yours.
there.
What
And
would have
I'll-
made this game better?
I'll
What did
tell
you
you.
want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This
Ooh, the
already
third
feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley.
Damn it.
Take it for a spin.
Why?
Okay, I'm going to
didn't
stop you
expect-
there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Oh, well, now this is useful. You didn't like it, but you didn't totally hate it either. You enjoyed it, perhaps is the correct term. It didn't cause you excruciating pain. Big steps we've made here today, Stanley. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Alright, what if I have to go through this?
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
No.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Just
Perfect. Let me boot it up.
That's not what I said.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
What's he gonna do? What's he about to pull up?
Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted, erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley, and it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Is that a Minecraft door sound effect? What? Sound like a Minecraft door. Someone was practicing their pretty cool S's. I'm trying to see if I can get on top of. Wait. Wait, there's a little. Nah. Usually, if there's like a little like bump, like little bounce thing. That's what.
Oh, no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly, block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing, that big, open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Rocket League? What?
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun. Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure...
Oops.
Hold on. What are you doing?
I fell.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
I fell. Don't blame me. I fell. I could fall again, too. Oh? Okay, where am I? I'm in the back rooms. Where actually am I? Why does this all look so different? Like, it's like, actually, it's like, where am I actually? So weird. Weird. Stanley came to two doors on his two doors. He went to the door on his left. Well. Oh.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way.
Oh, yes.
Once this ends, after it all comes to a close,
Oh, yes.
then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
I think probably end it like here.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers.
'Cause it's getting
he never
pretty
functioned
late,
well by himself
and
constantly needed support and guidance from others.
I
So the
kind of
thought
am
of
getting
total
tired.
solitude was terrifying to him.
So I think
When Stanley came to a set
I
of two
might
open
just
doors,
end
this was
the
not the correct way to the
stream in
meeting
like a
room, and
second.
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop
It's
by the
gonna, like-
employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge
Let me
was
do, like, one
sublime,
thing.
a work of art. But eager to get back to business,
I'll do
Stanley
one
took the
last thing and
first
then
open
I'll-
door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired
I
years
don't know
ago.
how I'm ending stream.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone
And
you've been
how we're
neglecting,
ending
Stanley. Someone you've forgotten
this
about.
stream.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, but in his
It's like
eagerness
that.
to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his
Hopefully
death.
y'all enjoyed.
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I'll let him finish talking. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna stream this tomorrow. I'm gonna probably stream Fortnite tomorrow as well because I'm pretty sure there's an update. But because you're watching this, I'll only talk about this. Probably stream this tomorrow. Is it different? Is the hallway different? I'm tripping. Is the hallway different? Why is the hallway
When
different?
Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Why is it different?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I stream every single
Standing
day.
now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first but eager to
multiple
get back to
times
business,
a day.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
But yeah, I stream every day, multiple times a day. I upload every single week, sometimes twice a week, sometimes.
Stanley was so bad at
Twice a
following
day.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story
I'm
and
just
no
seeing
one
if
gets
it
to tell him
spawns
what to
me
do,
back at the
Stanley
same
leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I doubt it will change. I think it just so then like you don't have to go all the way back. But I don't know. It was weird the hallway. Yeah, see now the hallways is like this. Weird. I don't know. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Stream every day, multiple times a day. I can walk right through this chair for some reason. Can I walk through other chair? Am I
All of his
invisible now?
co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
What? What's happening? What? That's not what it usually says. This is so confusing. I'm just trying to end stream. Why is it always saying something different? You're not gonna say anything? You're not gonna speak? Hello?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door and this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, truly, truly, deeply, madly love. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
We're doing one more time and then we end in the stream. Hopefully y'all enjoyed.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
No.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Alright, if it's not if it's the same or something like that, we ending it. We're probably ending it either way because I'm getting tired and gonna go to bed. But just in case, let's see. Anything different real quick?
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
I assume that's just what he says every time I die. I don't know. But it's kind of cool to hear other things of what he would say. Do I want to end in the white room? We ended in white room, I guess. Alright. Hopefully y'all enjoyed.
Stanley.
I'm go to my menu. And then I'm gonna go and end stream and then go to bed. And then expect stream tomorrow. One for Fortnite, and I'll try to get one for this done because I really like this game. But yeah, I'm gonna go. Hope y'all enjoyed. Bye.